Best thing about these socks is not only do they prevent Henry's paws from getting frostbite on the ice, they're also non-skid. Whoa, I could use some of these myself.
Well, that is part of a short animated film called Old Dog, and it's streaming online from the National Film Board. Well, the writer and director is Anne-Marie Fleming, a filmmaker in Vancouver, and the inspiration for this film comes from a different Anne-Marie Fleming, the CEO of Dog Quality in 100 Mile House, which makes wheelchairs and other aids for aging dogs. Anne-Marie and Anne-Marie, hello to you both.
Hi.
Hello.
Now, filmmaker Anne-Marie, let's start with you. How did you hear about the work of Anne-Marie from the Caribou?
Well, Anne-Marie and I have been getting confused for each other online for many years, and I think it was quite a while ago. She was a successful participant on Dragon's Den, and friends of mine would come up to me and congratulate me for winning, and I these are people who watched it and who know me, and so I was quite confused. And just last year, I guess Anne-Marie was doing something with wheelchair technology for dogs and got a little bit of press. And somebody, a friend of my parents, sent the article in a local paper to my mother. And my mom called me up and said, "Oh, so you're making wheelchairs for dogs now?" And I said, "No, I make films." And so, and we were mixed up online, even before all of this. And so I went to Anne-Marie's site, Dog Quality, which has the same, I have dog in my website too, Sleepy Dog Films. And I saw this blog of her talking about caring for old dogs. And she thought that she was her best self when she was caring for others. And this really resonated with me. And, my parents are older, and my father has every problem under the sun. And I thought this would be such a lovely idea for a film to talk about caring, and how it's not that, people who love their dogs are too caring of their dogs, is that we could all learn a lesson from this and be more caring and compassionate to each other. So I called her up and asked her, what she thought, but that she inspired me, and I just wanted to let her know and to thank her for her work. Yay!
Yay! Well, yay! Well, it's a wonderful collaboration. So Anne-Marie from the Caribou, and I love that description of your best self when you're caring for others. That's lovely. But how did you get into this? Getting these specially adapted things for aging dog. Diapers, strollers, that type of thing.
Well, if you had asked me, years ago, would I be involved in this, I probably would have chuckled a little bit. But what happened was my own dogs, they grew up and they entered their senior years and they started to struggle. And when I looked around for ways to make their life easier, I just was thoroughly disappointed in the lack of products that could really make a difference. And so Dog Quality was really born out of wanting to help my own seniors at the time.
Okay, and what did you make when filmmaker Anne-Marie pitched, making a short film inspired by your work?
I was blown away by it. As my counterpart explained, it's been a relationship that's gone on for years, though we had never met. So her reaching out was really exciting and a great validation of sort of our mission, which is to make this time of a senior dog's life as happy and joyful as possible. Because oftentimes they just need a little help. Their spirit is willing, their mind is willing, but their bodies are betraying them. And there's so many ways that we can help them enjoy life to the fullest. And so the fact that she wanted to parallel the way that we age as people with the way that dogs age and show it in a light where there's still happiness and joy, it was something I immediately wanted to be a part of.
Yeah, and it does have happiness and joy. There's a poignancy to it for sure, but it does leave you ultimately feeling like, yeah, this is kind of how life goes. Anyway, so filmmaker Anne-Marie, what was that in your mind that just said, this isn't just an aging dog story. This is about all of us.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, when I saw what Anne-Marie was doing, as we see our friends, ourselves, our parents age, there's such a heaviness to it, such a sadness of what's lost. And dogs are just the ultimate, Zen masters, that they live in the present, and you know, they're just so accepting. And then you have what Anne Marie's making, like, oh, incontinence, put on a pink diaper, missing a leg, let's get a wheelchair going here. And I know that sounds flippant, but I thought it was so great to be able to see this kind of joy that you could impart to, what we often see as a negative. A friend of mine who actually, he's a filmmaker, Jason De Silva, and he works with people who have MS. He has MS. He does advocacy work for MS. He said that mobility, or, oh gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? Sorry. Yeah, ableness, like, it is a short time in our lives. Some of us have it for longer than others, but there will be a time when you need help from others, and that's just part of life, and we should embrace it.
Yeah, 2 legs or 4 legs. Everybody needs a little help at some point. So, Anne Marie and the Caribou, what's this all been like? What are you taking from having worked on this project together?
Well, it was a great opportunity to, I think, really communicate an important message. We've talked about it already, about perspective, and how it's really how you approach the challenges that aging brings. And so this opportunity to share that message, and I think will open minds in a new way for people that see not just the similarities between people and dogs, but just how having an open mind can make an impact on your life. And so being able to share what Dog Quality is doing, but also being able to spend a day with AMF, with my own seniors, so she could see firsthand how they approach the challenges and how these products have made such a difference in their lives. All of that was a really wonderful experience for me, and to understand how these films come about, and sending footage so that she could get an understanding of some of the challenges like firsthand. So some of the things in the film, like urinating in the house or bumping into walls, those are based on real life events with some of my dogs, and so it was just great to sort of know from behind the scenes how films like this come about. But it was also really special because I think the message is so important.
Well, Anne Marie Fleming and Anne Marie Fleming, congratulations to you both. You managed to just fit so much into a few minutes of film. It's really, really beautiful. So I hope people do check it out on the National Film Board site. Thank you so much to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thank